Hey guys! Yoo-hoo! I would say good morning, but I've been up already for like 5-6 hours. Oh man, the last night changed everything. Having such a shitty December. Good thing of always passing the time, and it all changed last night. I feel like I experienced something I haven't experienced in a bit. I think it's called happiness. So story time, boys. Last night I'm pushing hours, so I actually can wake up later today, and I'm like the biggest zombie mod LH that's ever been. It was like the zombie LH. I'm like playing with one eye open, and I'm like, it's almost like I was super drunk. That's how sleepy I was. And then I saw somebody's doing a molten core, and I'm like, oh, these guys doesn't look like they're gonna do much. I detected some questionable party, and like I might do a couple of bosses. Then I'm like joining, and I'm putting music on the left screen trying to wake me up, and I'm still falling asleep. And like, what am I gonna reserve? This raid might not go far. I guess I'm reserved legs of the second boss. And I entered the raid, and I'm like, worst idea ever. This guy's taking forever to start, and I'm like always sleeping, waking up every minute just to keep up with the closing eyes. Then we start. I'm already sleeping, and we kill the first boss, and we on the second boss. I kill the second boss, and he drops the legs. Oh shit! Now I have to stay for the rest of it, otherwise they're gonna think I just reserved the item and this seed. I'm like, I was thinking maybe if they don't drop, I get some excuse like my macro is on fire or some shit like that, and I'm like, yeah, perfect excuse, right? Just like, yeah, my nephew needs to go to the doctor or some shit, and the legs drop, and I'm like, oh no, oh yes, legs have dropped, massive upgrade, third item in the day. Before that, I got 2 items in Zul group, by the way, the gun included, and I'm like ecstatic. And now I'm a little bit woken up and ecstatic, and then we're going to the next boss, and then I fell asleep. Good thing everybody wiped, and they haven't noticed me sleeping for 10 minutes. I fell asleep on, I think it was on Baron Geddon, and like, oh my god, I have to keep going. They're gonna think I'm just here for the one item. And then like, I'm putting the music. Doesn't work. Put the music on the loudest. I'm still falling asleep. I put Sabaton on the loudest. I'm still falling asleep. Porn. Nothing works, and I'm just falling asleep. And then we on the next boss. I'm like not even ducking or anything. I'm like pressing the wrong button. And the boss is dead, and he drops the shoulders. Those massive shoulders for the hunter. And I rolled the highest roll, and I got the shoulders. And I woke up. That moment I was woken up, and I was like good to go for the next 2 hours. Got the legs and the shoulders, and I'm good. Happiest LH in a year. And we couldn't finish the run because people had to go to sleep. This was the worst molten core since 2005. But I got legs and I got shoulders. Like 3 days ago, 59. 3 days later, already in raid gear. And like, I'm good. Those shoulders woke me up. I was like 2 hours, 2 more hours after that. Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? They're really nice looking shoulders. Hold on. I have to guys show you. They're so fucking nice. Look at this. Zul'Gurub mask, shoulders. Look at those massive shoulders. Like, people see this shit, they're just jelly if they don't have the same thing. Just 1 second, I have to show you the rest. So I'm doing Zul group, reserve the gun, drop some Hakara, get the gun, I get this mask, and then I get the legs on molten core, and I get the shoulders. It's like, I don't know what's up with WoW. It's like, that then happens in 1 day, it is like, this is happiness. What the hell? This is happiness, how the happiness feels like.
Up, happy Alec Pog.
Thank you very much, Lachlan. You've been very generous to me lately. Appreciate it. This is happiness. And people ask why people play WoW. WoW is not a game, it's a way of life. Some days, you know, it's just shitty, and then some days you're so fucking happy, you don't need any anything to, you know, stay up to the, you know, you got to get the day through. It's happiness. Anyways, we are here with Bloody Handz, turn limited campaign. We are 51 turns in. There are still 21 turns to go. There is no next campaign currently planned, but that no auto-resolve Emmy campaign is gonna probably be next. You might even guys push it and finish the goal tonight, because we probably finishing this campaign tonight unless people extend it so we play longer. That no auto-resolve campaign is gonna be Karakadrin, it's already been decided. So that's next on schedule. But we first have to go to this campaign. Keep in mind, you can add more turns through the channel points or remove turns. That's the only way to add or remove turns. We had some campaigns where the sub-gifts donations worked, but it's strictly channel points if you want to add or remove turns for these campaigns. So it's fair community effort either to extend the campaign or end the campaign.
My first donation of the year. Let's hope 2021 isn't as
Oh,
rubbish.
Dig Dug Bro,
Hands
thank you
up.
very much. This is the guy's man of the year last year, or should I say sugar daddy of the year. Dig Dug Bro has been raising in ranks. This is the man that makes me, you know, play WoW daily without stress, financial pressure. This, if you want to blame somebody, blame him. But you know, we played already too much Warhammer 2, so we need to mix shit up. Anyways, let's go in. I've not really decided what would be the next campaign if this goal doesn't reach, but I think a milestone Last Defenders might be it. Oh, that's good coffee. Elich, when will we get a 19 Giants army? Never. Maybe one day when they fix Beastmen in the Chaos. Can you imagine playing Norska and putting 19 Giants in the army? It would be like the meme of the year.
What the hell?
PLS don't push me Dig Dug Bro, it's gotta be nice lol.
God damn! Thank you very much, Saklan. Yoo-hoo! That's like 2 times 6969. Where were we? This risk is bugged, it doesn't work. They broke this in Warhammer 2, it worked back in Warhammer 1.
What the hell?
Thank you, Wolfie.
Thank you.
So the option here is to increase leadership. This one is actually risk. Used to be negative leadership for a few turns, but risk doesn't do anything in Warhammer 2. So unless you want to get leadership for 1500, just don't. This is a broken event. Maybe they patched one day. What's +5 leadership anyways? One less turn. You know, guys, I love Wurzak, but his faction is dog shit. It's totally up to you how long we play this one. Dwarves are next if you can fill the goal. Otherwise, we play Last Defenders. So what are we doing here? We are a defensive ally with Grimgor's Art Boys that have 12 settlements and they like us a lot. We are at war with Border Princess, Clan Vulcan, Clan Esching, Clan Angrund, and Karazakarak. This is not going to be one of those campaigns where the Skaven get really scary. When, you know, the people experience, you know, struggle with Skaven. We are not really behind, we are doing great. We got Karazakarak, the dwarves are getting smashed. They did confederate some, but the Skaven are scary here. Unless the Grimgor can RNG them, it will be up to us to fight them for a while. The situation in the Badlands is basically early game. If you're playing Greenskins, you're going to be fighting some dwarves. And then the mid game and the whatever is left of the early game is this Skaven, and that turns you into a superpower in what you do, whatever you want. This is a extremely rich area these days, this area here, and you can easily extend south as well. This extension here added a lot to the area, and there was a third party now. It used to be only 2 parties in this part of the map. Even with the clan Morse out down there in the past, they hadn't had minimal presence. Since the other clan Eshin and the clan Morse become the big player, there's definitely a third side here. I wish I could say there is a fourth side, the Tomb Kings, but Tomb Kings, since they can confederate and they also fight among each other, this area is one of the worst balanced areas in the game. Well, this one has some weird RNG going on. You can side with last defenders can side with the dwarves, or the even the quarterly batters can side with the dwarves, but they can also side with the Skaven. So you have one unpredictable party here, and it's kinda I would like to say this area was always been very spicy. With Malus, it's hard to say. Malus, like he exists on this part of the map, but his mind is not here. His mind is for some reason here, and I don't know why. It feels like it's like an extension of Malekith and not really a proper faction in the game. But the Skaven have definitely shaken this part of the map. I wish the AI Tomb Kings would have a chance to become a superpower. They're really just a pushover, really. The Tomb Kings after the early game feel like Bertonia AI. It's just too bad to continue the game. One less turn, down to 70. So our main army has been here. We have a pretty basic just Biggins. We've been adding some Bobs. We Sigma Torka. We've been losing quite a bit of money. We've been pushing military, and it's still not enough, I feel. Especially if the dwarves send one of those crazy Slayer armies.
The staff close.
What are we doing with this guy? Knowledgeable. This guy's going with the Gobos.
Mork wants me.
We are having an opportunity here to gain some experience. Not, we don't really go for this stuff like this, but if it's available as an opportunity to keep getting some repeated experience, it's definitely the way to go. It's definitely abusable, but we not really got to create these type of opportunities. They just happen. This is the best way to get a second or third army experience. And all the factions that hated dwarves will like us more because of this repeated second here.
Feel the power.
I feel like a system should exist that prevents this, but rocket science and everything.
You cook. You cook. Share the wealth.
I think when you hit a settlement multiple times, they should not even replenish at all. It would be like a ruin. So you attack the settlement, you sack it, and the settlement wealth. They should look like I can do settlement wealth, like a mechanic from Shogun 2. Let's say, let's just invent something in 5 minutes. So that they used in the past that they can put in this game. So let's say there's like a bar. Let's say it's 10 bars. And this is settlement wealth, which can affect growth, tax rate, and it can be used to increase the income in the province. Could be event-wide as well. And you sack it. Let's first see how it accumulates. It accumulates when public order is high and the settlement has actually economy going. So settlement wealth increases, and this bar fills. Bonuses and negatives accumulate with it. But if somebody comes and sacks the settlement, according to that region province wealth, it's how much money they get, not just the buildings, and it decreases. If the settlement has been damaged, sacked, the province wealth cannot increase until everything is fixed. And if they do it again, it decreases again. And a third time, if it was full, goes to 0, and it's impossible to accumulate until the settlements has been sorted. And at that point, a 0 settlement wealth will not even get garrison, and won't be able to repair ruins, of course, and repeated attacks will do nothing other than occupy. It would be just like a ruin. System like this, we just said like 2 minutes, and wealth existed back in Shogun 2. If area is peaceful, it just prospers. Depending on what kind of infrastructure it has, it can grow, and you know, it can reach critical mass. If it is a war, the settlement province goes down. If it's repeatedly attacked, it will pretty much devolve into a ruin, almost next to ruin, cause negative effects of the province economy, and until you fix it, there'll be no possible, you know, just another layer of campaign management, campaign debt, and to prevent abuse as well.
Fine.
Settlement wealth. It was there in Shogun 2. This is just like a little bit expanded version. This is Orc War Boss, Weapon Master. We just got him for a little bit extra kick around. This army we can only afford. Just get the boys so we can actually get a little bit more stats. So we said we were gonna be attacking Karak Iser. They're under the effects of the plague. Clan Angler did attack us.
To battle.
We defeated Belegar with that army, and now they are about to be taken down because they lost the main battles. The Skaven is here, so we might get plagued, but we decided, because Clan Ashen is attacking this area here to the north, and the dwarves are also a little bit busy with the greenskins here, that it's kind of pointless to push further into Karazakara, because we go north, they confederate this, they confederate that, they just keep confederating like cockroaches. So instead we let the Ashen and the greenskins annoy them in the north, we ignore the north, and we go to the west side to finish off the minor dwarf factions before we go for Papa Torgrim. Chat, which Tomb King console makes the best Doomstack? Ushapti Great Bows. Or like, you get a Tomb King, Necrotect, and 9 Ushapti, 9 Ushapti Great Bows. Preferably with Ushapti King. This is pretty much his army, but you can get more of these armies. There's a sniper unit, and they get stompy with stats. You don't have to go 18, 19 Ushapti Great Bows. Half the stack is fine. The only problem with this army, you're not gonna have a siege attacker until rank 14 on the Lord, but once the Lord gets rank 14, you're fine. Because Ushapti monstrous infantry don't have siege attacker for some reason, and Ushapti great bows on the best siege attackers don't have siege attacker as well. You know, you just falling through the cracks, right? Hold on. Didn't we have a guy here for a damage thingy? No range, huh? Well, the garrison is in deep shit and they're taking even more attrition. We'll just have to build a ram here. Not just towers, they can destroy walls as well, Archmagans. Since there are 12 shooters, it's a lot of damage, like 12 bolt throwers.
On the way.
Ushapti King, just the one which has the Ushapti bonuses. Okay, it's time for the Tomb Princess to die. Is this their last thing? Yes, it is. We had to do a follow-up here, and we cannot just all kill them. Oh, there's a system with dwarves. Nice. Dwarves have come to help. I was like, what? What is this red here? But they had dwarves down there as well. A lot of quarrelers, rank 7, so I guess it makes sense. They do get wrecked when we get melee contact. We have 50 physical resistance and another 30 missile resistance. Which makes if the enemy doesn't have magic explosions, they will not really kill these units. This is like pretty much mammoth infantry. So, we probably should deploy close to the dwarf army. The dwarf army is there. We'll ignore everything, just rush the dwarf army. Don't have the riders yet, but these pigs, I have what, 66 speed. They're faster than the regular, they can still get 2 speed buffs. This is a pretty basic army, just a shock army. This is one of those lords which has just a really good shock army. So you don't just have to play the usual react army. Well, as we unlock the skills, we can't get everything at once, so priorities, you know. The dwarves have magic resistance and doesn't help them against us. We don't have magic attacks. It only helps someone against explosions, so it doesn't really matter. Oh shit, this guy's getting deleted. It's like he's fighting black orcs. We have about 41 speed on these guys now. Let's drop the information here a bit. These pigs are looking good. We don't have Fist of Gork yet. Y is building up. We could disengage the pigs, but they're already surrounded. If I try to pull them out, they're gonna take unnecessary casualties. They just instantly get killed, anything, and they get stuck. 24 seconds on next. Here we go. These guys will recover, no doubt. Disruption, not needed. Here we go. Three characters here, and this is no joke. These characters, all the dwarf characters are melee experts, some more than others. So grinding them down takes a long time. But look at this, they're actually getting melted. But dwarf characters lose this much health to infantry, that's crazy. Usually infantry like Chaos, Chosen, Great Weapons, Black Orcs are the best character killers. These are, you know, don't have as much damage, but it's still good enough. With the attack buffs, they're just more resilient. And they still melt dwarf characters like that. Don't wanna really charge to the trees. We can just disengage with the pigs. This dwarf is getting smacked, they're gonna rout. That's how much damage they're taking. They're taking so much damage they're actually considering to rout. No, they just routed. Here we go. Explosions become situational as the Murzak's arms gets much more stronger. They're still very powerful, but at one point you just want to start buffing attack. Here we go, preferably with a second shaman as well. Fist of Gork for attack and defense. And every now and then you'll get a good opportunity for another explosion. Or you can just try to hit them from behind, like, so you don't hit your own guys. Because you're gonna do more damage to your guys than the enemy. And here we go, they get like massive attack, 119 there, look at that. They basically 90% chance to hit against a lot of stuff. As they get tired and the charge bonus dissipates, they lose chance to hit, but they still have very high chance to hit, over 70%, 90s max. Now, yeah, no community bug. I'm not gonna support mods like that, just support the lazy developers. I already explained my standing on that. As a content creator here, even you know, Kappa professional here, player, I can't really support that. No. Because you know what kind of example I'm gonna give to people, you know. We have Akkendorf. I think we have Akkendorf. Well, somebody told me if you're getting paid for this shit, you're a professional. So I'm a fucking professional, alright? I know what I'm doing. Is it like, you know, you're getting paid to play something, you're a professional, right? But you're a pro. But, you know, when you're, you know, like, doing this and you're taking, like, talking shit and just, you know, being very toxic to the devs, that's very unprofessional, Mr. Streamer. So I'm not sure what it is. Am I a professional or not?
Fire spills.
17. We have the 3 boss of the pigs here. This is the last one. Speed and charge. This one is not critical. If you don't have enough skill points, you can just take the big lods. The pigs don't really need this. They will get speed from the scrap upgrade, and this will put them fast enough. They're gonna be pretty much fast. But since we are not going campaign skills, it's not a type of a really campaign to need campaign skills. We probably have enough for riders, the boys, and the big lots. This is a very strong battle skill, and Arachnarok Spider is a great unit in this army because it receives additional 25 physical resistance. The Savage unit, the Rogue Idol, is not fast enough to keep the army, as we already, you know from before. Rogue Idol would fit the flavor of the army more, but you don't want any army unit in this army that's slower than 41. It just doesn't fit the army, and it just makes it worse for the engaging the enemy. This is 31 speed. It's too slow for a shock army. You're moving in, you want to get to the enemy fast and just want to kill them, and under 2 minutes probably hopefully crush their morale. In the field. In the siege doesn't really matter. Rogue Idol is fine. I guess you can still put 1 or 2 Rogue Idols, but I'm telling you, your army will crush the enemy army in the field without Rogue Idol doing anything. You don't want to keep up with the Rogue Idol speed, you just want to go in and go in fast, hit them hard. So Rogue Idol basically just lower the toughness of the army and the shock value. The spiders on the other hand are perfect. Perfect. They're fast, they have poison, top of your massive physical resistance, missile resistance, the enemy will just cry, not enough dips. They're tough, fast, anti-large, siege attack, terror goes great with the shock value, because the enemy will be losing leadership very fast. The 2-minute terror will actually do something, and you don't have really terror on the army until then. So having like 2, 3, 4 Arachnarok Spiders is just perfect for Wurzek's army. It actually adds to the shock value. Like, shock value here is maybe like, since the AI got bonus experience, all the kinds of the different bonuses, it's like maybe 7 out of 10 right now. 7 out of 10. A second Shaman for double Stomp and 4 terror units along the line would put it to 10. Because the biggest shock value will be if you can do double Stomp, double Foot of Gork, when you make contact with the enemy. And you have to apply the operation of the character, otherwise they'll not route at the same time. So you can literally time it in a way where the enemy army will just be routed under 2 minutes. And the Arachnarok Spiders help you achieve this better than any other in this army. Even better than the pigs. Because they have terror, and they have fear, and they're actually gonna matter with the rest of the army damage. And they do get 25 phys resist, so they're really strong in this army. Stronger than any other orc army. So Rogue Idols are just not good for this army. It's just because how this army works. It's a Savage Orc unit, but it's not good for Wurzek. It's too slow. Once you get into the stomping mode, I guess you can keep one in army. Even with really other armies for like sieges and big crowds. It does provide map-wide leadership. So could be okay to have on new armies, especially new goblin armies. But not with Wurzek. Arachnarok Spider is MVP of the greenskins, really. Always has been. Some units got buffed a lot. Spider got changed a bit. Lost armor, gained health. gain more damage. It's stronger than it's ever been, even with losing 30 armor. And since they changed how the poison works, the spider has been perfect for greenskins. Greenskins are a melee faction, and this poison will no longer debuff your units, it will just debuff the enemy. And when you have 20% damage reduction on the whole battle line, on top of 50 resistance and 30 missile resistance, the enemy will just do no damage, will just cry. And the spiders will kill large targets, bully infantry, and terrify the army faster than these guys can damage them. So because it's a combination that goes together. Terror only works when you're winning, remember that. This is you know, legendary campaign, of course. We don't talk about the enormous game multiplayer. So every damage counts if you want to have terror going, and having a couple of spiders. The rogue idol will not get there in position. It's slow. If you're going into a grind that's gonna last like 6+ minutes, then you get rogue idol.
Green profit.
Rogue idol is very strong. It's just doesn't fit this army. We can even get another attack buff. So basically, another here we go. Arcane Conan doesn't feel like it's that critical unless the wins are -50. These two are not critical either right now. You can get his mount, but he's 36 speed already. You can keep up. We don't have Arachnarok spiders available, and I don't think I'm gonna be getting campaign skills. So let's get max buff pigs, right? We are at the point where this guy's gonna get rank 7 though. Some of them are rank 7. We still don't have the scrap saddles yet. Look at this. 15% speed, 15 armor. And this is why this is no longer relevant, the riders. Trust me. If you want to do the math, do it, but trust me, I know what I'm doing. 101 charge plus frenzy plus stuff on Wurzak, it's pointless. It's not gonna do anything. That extra 12 charge is not even gonna be noticed. The speed was the main reason to get that skill, and since this thing exists, you no longer need that. So if you're kind of liking on skills on Wurzak, you don't need to get tech riders. These guys are amazing in this arm. This is how I imagine the Chaos Knights to be. Except, you know, they're not that good. Chaos Knights is a acceptable flavor unit. Not great, not terrible. In a game which shits over the melee. If they ever fix the melee situation, the Chaos Knights will be amazing. These pigs make Chaos Knights look bad. This unit is the equivalent of Grail Guardians, just does more damage. Grail fucking Guardians, yes, ladies and gentlemen, the greenskin unit.
Wurzak, the great green prophet.
I guess that's we want to get Odd Lads. I guess it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna get campaign skills. We can get 3 battle skills here. The big lads is not worth unless you have like 2 spiders. Grail Guardians should have War Bomb, but this would just kill the unit shield wizard. We do have a Lava Arachnarok spider, which I was gonna put on the army. But you guys are forgetting that we have 2500 negative per turn. Look at that cost. This is not really sustainable. We can have 4000 negative per 50k. That's like the formula. So on each 50,000 in treasure, we can have 4000 negative. So we cannot add any more units. Realistic amount. You could push it, but we're already pushing it. So right now we can recruit or build with this kind of treasury. So adding a spider, which you think this army does not need a spider, it does need a siege attacker. It does need a siege tracker, but not at 840 per turn. 10 turns later, that's 8400. This army is cheap, but you can get cheaper. But I don't know. This lord will be perfect if they increase the character cap in the Warhammer 3. I fear not even Warhammer 3 will make Archeon good enough for his skill tree. They given Archeon so much, and it costs so much as well at the same time. Well, this lord will be perfect if they increase the level cap ever. I'll get him out for now, I guess. He has to keep up with the army. As a wizard, he should be fast always, cause we might need to put a spell in a position, out of range. So he needs to get there in fast as possible. I expect they will increase the level cap, Agatama, to 40 or 50, or they're just gonna rework the whole system. I have really don't understand why is there a limit to rank. Why is it 40? Why not 99? Just think about it. You can give every kind of argument possible regarding balance, but you know what happens when people reach critical mass? They don't keep playing the game; they quit. But if they keep playing game, leveling their lords, if there is an actual incentive to keep playing the game to get more and more and more, and fun more, not expand more settlements, manage more armies, but actually fun more stuff, more stats. That's where the fun is at. More stats, create fucking gods. Even that old man Mumbo Jumbo guy says, you know, rival the Chaos Gods, you know. So why is there a limit? It's just an arbitrary number that doesn't make no sense. Balance in a single player campaign on legend difficulty. Hello, 20% metal defense buff. Normal difficulty campaign. What are you, just bought the game? So yeah, why is there a level 40 cap in the first place? That's like, you have to ask yourself. When they add stuff that can just get you more and more and more, you're gonna play campaign longer. You're gonna be less asking yourself and thinking, you know, how am I gonna finish this campaign? When am I going to quit? And what next campaign gonna start? You know, because everybody knows the best part of the campaign is when you're selecting which lord to start the new campaign with. Everything looks so promising. All hopes and dreams can still be achieved. There are no fucking bugs on the main menu as long as I know, except that some bug, fucking hell, been 4 years. And yeah, they need to figure out the way how to actually make the long campaign more fun. And stackable stuff, armies pushing to the, you know, limit. It goes fast, you know. Your main army not gonna get 40 fast. You're not going to be able to progress with your lord that much after that, and you're going to be doing the same battle over and over again, just against other factions, other continents, which you will not be able to defend anymore. Because at that point, unless you can do something, you know, really fun, it's just going to be all the same grind. You know, and sometimes speeding them up is fun, but you know, that's like once in 6 months.
No.
Like, for example, Bretonia. They have one of the shittiest campaign conditions in the game. You know, it might look good, but you know, you want more. You know, this is one of those campaigns which is amazing faction, very fun to play, but you are left wanting for more because shitty objectives. You know, like, why play objectives? Why have victory conditions? But there has to be some kind of, you know, reward, some kind of goal, closure, completion. You know, most people need this. This is good for replay value, especially if it's rewarding to get there. But when it's just arbitrary and not put much thought into it, when this game, you know, can take hundreds of hours to finish a one long campaign, you know, why bother? And they're failing at that hard, and just releasing new factions will not fix this. They have to really go back to the drawing board and create some fun stuff. It's like, what my suggestion is a multi-tier domination victory, which actually awards you faction-wide effects, campaign effects. Like, let's just, you know, say something random, like there's like 5 tiers of the domination victory. The first one is in just Badlands, and the reward is your characters can now reach level 45. Huh. That would be like a thing I want to unlock to actually create some perversions. Reward number 2, you get faction-wide 5% ward save. Could be negatives to this, like negative diplomatic relations with opposite factions. Like, this could be a system which creates the great power penalty without having great power penalty in the game at first, as you are building up into a big domination victory. It's like, this stuff is fun. Just give some incentive to complete objectives and continue playing the game. Third one could be level 50, could be other type of bonuses. You could add more items, different items, even heck units from the similar factions to use. Stuff like they could have buildings that stack and create some silly stuff, like units that are very underused, so they actually get buffs. Like you said, that Bretonia Armory thing. That could be one of the reasons why you can definitely consider long campaign with that faction. Because who wouldn't love to fucking see 300 armored knights or peasant mobs, if that's your thing? I would love to see that. And I'm like Elich, find the fucking time, get 300 armored peasant mobs. What the fuck are you doing with your life? I need 300 armored peasant mobs in my life. And we're gonna do it one day, but I don't know, it's like, feel like we're gonna do it next month, and we're never gonna do it. It's like with the Wood Elf World Conquest, like 1.1. Like, never gonna happen. You just have to get into it and start doing it. I don't know what's preventing me to do it. Yes, fucking bugs! I'm not gonna play a long campaign if my save is gonna corrupt. I'm not gonna play a long campaign if they haven't fixed even the most basic bugs that have been in the game for years. It's like every time I'm considering a long campaign, I just remember save corruption, and it just crushes me inside. I just die inside every time. It's like, this is why we can't have the fun things anymore, guys. They said, they promised, like, what was it, like half a year ago, they will look into it. Never happened. It's like ignored it to a mod issue. God damn, just how it is. This could be the reason why they don't actually create proper campaign objectives, because this sandbox game is built on shit, which just collapses as the more sand you put on top of the sand. It's like building a castle with shitty foundations, and everything will just collapse and get destroyed the longer you build it and play, you know. So they don't really put any effort or try to create anything new, because you know, it's all built on shit. And they say to themselves, we're gonna fix this in the next engine, it's 20 years later, and they just, you know, a couple of guys earned millions, and who cares, you know. It's like, people will just be dreamers, they'll just smoke that you know, pipe, and then nothing ever gonna get changed. But it could be next year, and the next year, maybe in 2070, if you guys are gonna have, I don't know, grandson, I don't know, some kind of offspring, they might actually see it not built on shit. And we might have some long, fun campaigns. Where are we? Kekwi? Okay. Just think about it, you know, I can find a dozen reasons silly for it. Why fix the game when you can just release new factions and hype the player base for a couple of months? And you know, it's almost like missed fucking direction. These CA guys, they are fucking masters of misdirections. Guys, fixing bugs, fixing issues, polishing the games, fucking Vampire reworks, nerfs, who gives a shit, man? It's just like, give the people some shiny new lord, mumbo jumbo, some tree, some hot twin sisters, and fucking misdirect the issues. Issues don't exist. This is all new shiny stuff. I don't like this anymore. I like that. And then 3 months later, like, Okay, this is no longer new, no longer shiny. The hype is gone. Like, fix the fucking bugs! And then, like, again. Oh man, the guys are complaining the player base wants bug fixing, but we can't charge $20 for the bug fixing. You know, our skeleton crew needs to get paid. Donuts and coffee is expensive. It's Corona and shit. People, you know, it's like, I don't know, where the money is going, we don't know. Who is getting the money, we don't know. The company is making millions, where's the money, I don't know. We don't have money, we don't have time, it's all very, very complicated. Misdirection, create 2 more lords. No issues, don't fix anything, fixing issues will not make people rich. Another misdirection, get 2 more lords, and the vicious circle continues. I'm sure the next Saga game will be great, guys. Get your wallets ready. Next cash grab, Total War Saga, gonna be the best. It's gonna have collision. They forgot about the collision in Troy, but the next one is gonna be there.
Find flesh.
What are we even gonna build here? I think we're just gonna leave this a shithole. We can't really put money into buildings here.
Cook and more coming. Not likely.
Now they'll see.
They should really rename this Total War Saga series into Total War Cash Grabs. That's what they are. I'm surprised the Three Kingdoms was not a saga, and I was like, it's almost there. It's just for the foreigners, you know, not for us Westerners. It's just, you know, cash grab for the foreigners, because they're not really familiar with Total War as much as we are, guys, and they are overlords and masters. It's probably the biggest cash grabs in the history of CA. It was targeting the different market. Mission accomplished. Next.
Violence.
Remember when Ellie started an Outer Worlds playthrough just to play in New Vegas and said, yeah, that's like, I was bottling up inside for too long, shit wizard. New Vegas is clearly a more superior game. There's no doubt about that. Can't fool anybody.
Howdy. My name is Jed Masterson.
Hey, Jed.
And I'm a caravan boss for the Happy Trails Caravan Company. If you're hearing this, I have a job offer for you. Happy Trails is organizing an expedition north into Utah, off the Long 15, and we need people. We're looking for caravan guards, prospectors, couriers. If you're used to humping it across the waste, straight toward trouble, we want you. If you got a pip-boy, we definitely want you. On the other hand, if you're a greenhorn or a city slicker spinning tales about your skills, you can kindly go hang. If we like your gumption, we'll pay you square and treat you fair. Find me, Jed Masterson, at the Northern Passage if you're interested. Luck to you.
That Outer Worlds playthrough is still in progress. I'm just like not feeling playing it right now.
Nasty magic ready.
Same like that Rome 2 campaign we have in progress. Like it's just meh. What a meh game.
Nasty. Everything.
The play is the play. It looks like the plague is gone. Oh, hold on, guys. It's a phone call. Oh man, hopefully the CA is not calling this time. Just be back. Well, apparently there is some shit outside the house from the earthquake today, so we're just gonna need a few minutes. Gonna go check what it is. I'm here, boys. I'm here. And this constant earthquakes are causing some damage to the building's facade. It just every one is just making it loose a little bit more, and it starts to just break over the building. Not just this building, but lots of buildings. These earthquakes, man. That was another earthquake today. Like earthquake every second day. Bad time to start drinking, really. We have this begins an upgrade arm. Did take damage against the dwarf arm before. But this should be almost the end of Clan Angrund. One less enemy. Just gonna have to be dealing with the Skavin soon, I feel. I'm pretty sure most people will just probably stay alive even a big one just happens. They're just gonna get financially ruined. You can only charge here, going on the wall. That's not worth it. It would be in their favor because we can use our numbers on the wall. Just spoon feeding. Go to the bottleneck. We have a couple of characters here, weapon masters. Hey, Benson. Did someone send a save to Elish, or did he play 50 off camera? What camera? Before asking silly questions like that, you can check the stream history or YouTube. The only thing I play off stream is Kalida nude mode. Get some good loot in my hunter. Oh man, Jean-Philippe, start the stream from the beginning. That was some story time. Fucking hell. Just watch when the stream starts. Trust me, you will not regret it. Then come back. That was some story time. Yeah, they moved here. Not guarding the door at all. Why would they put this unit here and this unit here, both iron breakers, and not guard the door? Just bad code. Shit makes no sense. It's the siege towers protect your units from the range. They're basically a layer of toughness, and you don't lose vigor. So you have easier time on the wall at the cost of initiative and a few turns, which is not worth it. Since it takes a few turns, it's never worth it. You don't want to build siege equipment. It just doesn't fit the game. The siege equipment exists for the AI, because they're coded to use it, so it buys you some time. For the player, siege equipment is trash. Loss of initiative is bad. Because the AI can build armies in no time, and if you're making a move on their cities, they can either attack you with those armies or create new armies in the meantime. So it's bad either way. Just take the city with whatever you can and don't bother building anything. Even if it costs you several units. It's just badly designed and serves no purpose really. Cause look at this, I built a siege ram, you see, I built it there, and I'm not using it. Why? Cause it's garbage. It's just good, you know, for like YouTube videos and shit.
Ready your bash.
Looks like we're gonna be losing this unit here. They sent all the too many guys there. I might be able to like there's a million must wars. That unit gets killed, doesn't really matter. It's not like we can afford all of them. Just gonna be the loss of 20 scrap. Well, there is a balance thing, then there's a lore thing, and then there's an immersion thing. It's just a bad mix of apples, which are, you know, just starting to rot. Since they just keep adding new content instead of changing any mechanics and shit in the game. When I do these changes, they just do them between the games. They don't really do them through a game that's already, you know, being out there. You know, they're trying their best to make the games feel or a bit different between, even if it's for the worse. That's why they don't really change it right now. Why would you else you know, buy the new Total War, right? The other one is gonna die. Yeah, gone. Lost one regiment of those orcs. Look at what they did with Public Order. They totally fucked it up. They battled the gamey part of the game with even gamier part of the game, so you have to game it even harder to actually make it matter. And now it's got to the point where it just breaks all immersion, makes no sense, and it's gamier than ever. So yeah, our devs are just, you know, they're real treasures. You know, how we really, you know, have the game without them. Probably done by some amateurs, really, not really. Where the hell's the A team? Still working on Warhammer 3? That definitely feels like they're taking input from some idiot that doesn't know how the game works. Or doesn't know how to battle the game with stuff. Hopefully, maybe they're too proud to ask Legend of Total War. Hopefully this Legend of Total War didn't get his input. He's the most famous Total War player. Somebody did it, because they're not that smart to fight the game stuff with even gamier stuff. It's definitely not done by the CA. They got an input from somebody.
Violence! Sandwich about. Uncrushable.
I always suspected Booker is a CA spy.
I cannot win!
He could be, guys, he could be. But Booker's policy to fight the gamey stuff is like, leave it to the player's choice. So, player self-control should fight gamey stuff, not developers. I think that's Booker's motto. So it's definitely not Booker. Although he does feel like a time like a CA spy. Imagine the CA were like those Paradox devs. They actually release like a video on YouTube, and they would explain all these decisions, why they done that, or, you know, get input from people. Then some people would join and give them input. Fucking rocket science, really. Instead of all those bullshit streams they do, which I don't know. They don't even practice off stream to actually play their game. Dev Diaries, yeah.
It's hard.
It's funny because, you know, we had, back in Warhammer 1, we had that guy, Dogbert. And he actually was decent at the game. He actually seemed like a gamer guy. Like he played video games in life. Not just, you know, to get paid. And, you know, and he was actually good to actually do these CS streams and stuff. And himself, he said he doesn't play on Legendary because he's not a glutton for punishment. This is like a quote from him. He said on stream, never gonna forget. He doesn't play Legendary because he's not a glutton for punishment. He was the best guy, the best player we had. And then we got those, I don't know where they found them. It's like they got him some student interns or something, couple guys. And that Wills guy, you know, it was a downgrade for sure. But you don't know what you're missing until it's gone. The new guy that replaced Wills makes me miss Wills. Wills should have stayed. He might have been cringy at time, but he at least was watchable. He was watchable. It was good to watch their streams when Wills was doing it. But that new guy, oh my god, that new guy. It's like I don't even know what to say I don't know. It's just so sad I could cry. And they're doing it in a way where just invite toxicity. They just, it's like they're trying to look bad on purpose. It's so fucking sad, it makes me want to cry. I have tears building up my eyes, guys, right now. This is not funny. Where is Wheels? Bring back Wheels. Or Dogbert. We're getting rank 7 here. We should unlock that skill now. I guess we'll just get rid of it. I'm not gonna get campaign skills. We have extra like 6 skills with unique skills without the campaign skills. Are you saying it's gonna be a few years later and we're gonna be missing Blondie? Please, Luby. I can't take it. Don't say such things. I have unfollowed CA on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube. Anybody posting anything, just delete it and ignore it. Because, you know, I just don't want to see the next thing. I just can't take it anymore. No, I'm not gonna watch it anymore. It just makes me super toxic as well. It's bad for my health.
Here meets here.
I don't think we should recruit any him, just get regiments renown. We'll finish off Clan Angron here and hopefully we don't start a war with this with the Clan Scryer here. Clan Morse, 11 settlements.
Clan Morse.
They have no real enemies really except Grimgor. Grimgor might get lucky against them. This is not gonna be bad unless they confederate, but they confederate makes no sense, so hopefully it will not happen. Stuff like this should not be possible to confederate, but that does happen. Because there's a massive imbalance in snowball in the area. Kills the mid game. We kinda need to destroy all these dwarves here, because the High King will just confederate them. That's like what we need to do. We can't let any of these dwarves alive. They're just all confederation targets. Karak Non actually won against Crooked Moon. They have 3 settlements and they still don't control the one here. Taking Karak Ziflin. It's strange. Karak Non controlling Karak Ziflin. We have to destroy the minor dwarf factions before we can go on the Skaven. Because the dwarves will survive and then they're just gonna start making those doomstakes. Because they have enough infrastructure to keep building 3 armies. If I just go for Karak, they'll confederate everybody else and then we have to go all around the world. So destroying minor dwarf factions makes more sense while the Karak is busy with other factions. We're just gonna get in the middle of the Skaven and dwarves if we go on the other side. This is a longer way to do things, but safer. Because this Skaven, if they confederate, they go out of control. And then we are basically in the middle of RNG between the Skaven and Grimgor. So if Grimgor loses, it's a bad campaign. If Grimgor wins, it's an easy campaign. If it's a stalemate, it's fair. Because we're gonna have to help Grimgor defeat the Skaven. This guy 11 in the Golden Order. Let's talk to Vlad and offer assistance.
Thou hast nothing to offer me.
Nothing? Are you sure?
Doubt. I will permit it.
You will permit it. We need more of this mountain so we can don't go negative anymore. Not sure what the movement is looking like. I guess you just loot it. I don't want to spend another turn here. 1200, 50,000. What I said, 50k negative, 50,000 in treasure. We can go 4k negative. So we can add more units now.
Yes, boss. You can't make me do that, boss. Yeah. The tribe's ready.
So what do we have here? 655. This guy has to guard the cape there. And we have a repeated sacking on Mount Squeakhorn. If I take this, the Skaven might come from this area here and start attacking us here instead of going there. If this is all dwarf territory here, they'll attack the dwarves first. If I take this, they might go on us and then the dwarves rebuild. So repeated sacking here is the ideal situation, as we are eliminating minor factions in the west.
Bring the bad mood.
It stays dwarf territory, so the Skaven don't consider attacking us because we are their new neighbor, and they keep attacking the dwarf armies, so the dwarves are struggling, stalemating, while we are destroying all of them, and this guy actually getting stronger and stronger.
Lost and good. Me.
So we have goblins and goblin archers. I mean, there is room for some bigger stuff. These guys could be upgrading the damage dealers. Give them heavy armor, they become damage dealers, but their range is not great. So you have to have something more reliable, like squeaks or trolls. Preferably like stone trolls.
Oh my god. Have you seen that shit? Holy shit. What the
We couldn't afford them until now. With this income, we can upgrade the scrap upgrade and we can also get a troll. So I guess we get him in the cape there.
Who should we say?
Hey Mark, thank you. The big lads, trolls, giant rogue idol. The standard goblin grey shaman, the gobos, the big lads. Get the max buff gobos with some monsters. Are you sure other boy were useful? They're actually quite usable, because their battle skills make them good, and since they gotta hit more AP. When you're starting to enter, you know, like buffed units, later units, like the Doom Diver just makes this unit look bad. And if you're running a shock army, the Doom Divers don't really fit. So it's better to have a monster. You can still fight an army with their, you can have orc archers and the artillery going, but you don't want to get in a shooting contest. The Doom Divers exist to destroy the enemy large units, steam tanks, luminarchs, demigryphs, cavalry. Well, the archers will not be good against that. It can be instead like having 10 of these, 7-3, and then they shoot the units which they can meet on the other side. But Doom Dive will just be a better roll. Or even better, Stone Trolls and Arachnarok Spiders. The other boys will serve their purpose in the early game, but should be replaced later. Heck, you can use them throughout the campaign if you want, but they're definitely better units later. I'm gonna get a coffee, boys. Just gonna be a few minutes. Sorry for the interruption. Coffee break. I'm here, boys. This is the pig stuff. Armor scrap algorithms unlocked for Savage Orc Boar Boys and Savage Orc Boar Boys Biggins. You also get plus 8 armor piercing weapon damage for the Savage Orc Cavalry and speed plus 10% for Orc Boar units. I don't think this one works on the... Why would they have this separate, you know? It's like... Pigs are not even that good, the regular ones.
Nasty magic.
I don't think our stuff can survive this. This is a guy's tier 3 settlement with tier 2 balls, and this is the garrison. Goblin Big Boss, melee specialist, reporting for duty. 1 Biggins and some flow stuff. Why the hell are these guys raiding here?
I'm a pirate. Of course you can trust me and my crew.
She does have a region in the mountains there, and
Sparta.
at war with Borderloo. What does it say for this guy? Melee expert, melee specialist. Hey, Cookies. Looks like the Skull Crag is the only ones blocking Claymores here right now. The Khalida could also be against them.
What?
And then it looks like the Skaven got defeated here. This will be repaired next time, then we can remove it for 60%. Otherwise it's just 30. Well, it got sacked, so it doesn't provide a lot of income from for the dwarves. I think it got sacked by the Skaven. For some reason, they didn't occupy it. Let's see how much damage will Tane take from this orcs here. Hey, Gaim.
Oh my god!
Hey, Spinocchio, I see you there.
Holy shit! What the hell?
And this is not winnable now, I just want to see some damage. When it comes to this balance of power, defense is shit and armor is shit, so they're favored full red bar. Does not take into account stuff like frenzy or physical resistance.
Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
This is it! Yeah! That's him! Moving
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit!
This is our outer zone now.
Where's the scrap? Shifting! Bad boys! Moving fast!
Oh my god! Have you seen that shit?
Chopper's ass!
Shit! Oh my god! Have you seen that shit? Holy shit! What the hell?
They definitely are dead. Is the commander dead? It's dead. The guy's Valaya, so it's very hard to kill. After charge, we like do no damage. They have too much defense. It's like not enough damage to kill that unit. You can see when the charge ends that we can't really hit that unit anymore. It's that bullshit 25% defense. That's why it's the full red bar. Shooters and high melee defense and armor. This garrison is absolute dog shit with 3 units. You had regular garrison here, this would be easy to win. For some reason, somebody decided that the Savage Orcs have 3 units on tier 1 garrison. And you can't hit them at all because they have so much defense. And your units can do prolonged melee. Those guys are unbreakable, really. There's 2 characters and we were outnumbered. Which character they had was like 2 units. The Dwarf Lord is strong enough to defeat 3 Savage Orcs. Especially if it's Valaya. So these guys apparently somehow already appeared here. We'll finish off Clan Angrund and Karakhin. That's what we're doing next.
Let's take what should be ours.
There's a whole army here, lots of shooters.
I'll crush them all.
And there's some stuff here.
Don't think so.
No Belagar, though, some ghosts. I love it how the pirates are at war with Borderloo, and they have an army in different faction territory raiding. Guess Talia got just wrecked this campaign.
His powers.
No, it does not work on the Savage Pigs. Savage pigs are not regular pigs. This AP works on the savage pigs, and the speed works only for the regular pigs, which are trash.
Send in the spiders! Fine.
This Grizz Guts will be just keep sacking this place. Until either another army comes here or the Skaven take it. He's guarding this area here. Occupying this will just make the Skaven consider attacking it.
Me.
And I want the Skaven to be busy here, because this distance here with both militaries. There's an army here and an army here.
Mr. Stabby.
Okay, everything's been moved. We're going after the minor dwarf clans.
On it. All hail Hornedrat.
Edgeberry.
Now then, speak quick, bros.
Military alliance with Grimgor. Oh boy, we can see the Skaven where they're attacking. They've taken Black Rug. Just like that. So the Skaven control Karak 8 peaks and the Black Rug. That's fucked. Yeah, this is gonna be scary Skaven for sure. The fact we are garrisons are shit makes it difficult. Because we need military to fight big wars, not just expand. We need armies, because the garrisons are dog shit. This faction has the worst garrisons in the game. Even if we had the Lisbon banner, it would still be really tough. How the hell did the Grimgor lose capital like that? Might have been reinforced and bad out resolve. Sometimes what happens, the capital reinforces some shit outside because it got ambushed. And since the Skaven always win in ambush, nearly always, against other AI, they just destroy the garrison at the same time. Must have been the bug with the ambush. Because I just don't see how would they take tier 5 city like that in a few turns. I mean, look at all this military here. And they somehow got Black Rug. It's almost like it was a bug.
Black Oak War Boss.
No. No, need my warp
The
token.
Sneech is not that good at attacking cities. So he probably got the reinforcements out of the city. Skaven have better auto-resolve. They have a couple of rattling guns in the army and Greens is all dead. They could have an army of Skaven slaves. As long as there are a couple of rattling guns, they can't lose. Armor for the Orc Boar Riders and the Orc Boar Rider. Let's see actually if it works. This would be ridiculous if any of this works for the Savage Pigs. Because this would be the most fucked up wording ever in a video game. This one only the top the armor piercing works on the Savage Orc and the speed works on the regular boars. I wonder if any of this works on the Savage Boars. Because how the wording is, it should only work for the regular boars, not for the Savage Boars. Why do I have a feeling it might work on the Savage Boars as well? Technology is called boar riding. And it should affect the Savage Pigs, right? Just when you think about it. But boar painting does not. Only half of it. This will be the most fucked up wording and technology interaction in the game, followed by the Night Goblins and Goblins technologies. The Night Goblins are goblins, but they're not goblins for the sake of goblins technologies, only for the Night Goblins technologies. So they're not really goblins. They're just a different kind, which is forgotten. That would be ridiculous if any of those works on the Savage Pigs, because how the wording is on the other one.
I've already heard your words, but speak 'em anyway.
So those greenskins are entering the territory with a VA. They don't realize the game is fucked. Their VA does not work against the Skaven. So they're going in thinking they have safety in numbers, but it doesn't work against the Skaven because it's poorly implemented, bad designed. So a big massive army gets attacked, but only half of it fights. Because they're not the same army.
I have seen the future.
Okay. It does not work on the Savage Pigs. So this is just for the regular pigs. This is technology you wanna definitely ignore. So regarding the pig cavalry, 3 out of 4 upgrades for the cavalry is for the regular pigs. Only 1 is for the Savage Pigs. Getting Goblin raised Blake Rog. I will not be surprised. Aeroscape. One Monga is up again, huh? Grimmel has a lot of military right now because there is a VAG going.
You've come for Grimgor's mercy.
These guys have expanded again and they've increased the military again.
Death, Master. More head skulls.
Does look like he's gonna be friendly with Khalid again.
No.
Looks like the Boar Prince is back. Can we eliminate this? I think this is the last element.
Not likely.
Getting 6 miners.
Big on. Quark, send me to bow. Do you take me for a wazzock?
How many characters is gonna be here? 4,
I will
5?
not disgrace my ancestors.
I have no siege attack in this army. I guess I'll put a Feral Hydra.
This is my land. Get everything.
4 characters. Well guys, what can you do? In current reality, Wolf Riders are tier 2. I wouldn't even give that unit tier 1. Tier fucking 1.
This is it. Big Handz. Ready for fighting.
get fiery bread here, pretty good against dwarves. This thing don't have buffs really, but it's the fire bread is what. Not as good as the lava Ragnarok spider, of course, but still usable. I guess there's a settlement in front of us. This is just a single guy. I guess we can just go delete that single guy before he reaches them, so we don't have to have a follow-up here, right?